Yo. Yo, yo, yo. We still have a few minutes till we will get started. Because we are starting at 6 o'clock p.m. this Friday. Now that's something new. That's something new. I will get to the details, let you know what's up in a bit. I'm just gonna make sure that we got the technical stuff in order, and also wait till the clock turns 6. That's in 1.5 minutes. God damn, it's bright. Woo, scheisse. Is that too dark? Why can't I hear myself? Oh yeah, no, that's too dark. Let's turn that music down. I wanna have it super low. What? Can't I? Hello? Hello? Just till we get started, and I'll turn it up. Hello? Hello? Just till we get started, and I'll turn it up. Come on. No, I want to have it just a little. Come on. It's too loud. No, I want to have it just. Come on. Okay, 30 seconds till we get started. I think that's okay. That's enough. Seconds till we get started. Okay, is this too dark? Maybe we can do like this. Ooh, let's mute this thing. Okay, is this too dark? Maybe we can do like this. Ooh, yeah, that's better. That's better. So, welcome to yet another weekly live evaluation, aka Tea Time with Alex. However, this Friday we have a cup of hot chocolate. This is actually the first thing I'm eating or drinking that contains calories in almost 24 hours. I've been doing a 24-hour fast, well, 23. As part of this week's challenge, I will tell you all about it in a sec. I just need a little sip of this first. So tasty. So, this is new for me, for you. Doing this little stream at 6 o'clock in the evening. Usually, I go about this around 8:30 in the morning, because that just suits me better. It's more practical. My little brother isn't home. He isn't home now either because he's off partying, but usually he's home Fridays. So we'll see how that will work in the future, because the idea is that as a request from you guys to change things, to have this live stream somewhere, well, when it suits you. Early morning, well, it's just not working for you guys, and you asked it. I'm willing to adapt. I mean, I'm so thankful for having you guys, and I want to give back, and hence I need to adapt to you. But with that being said, I'm not sure it's always going to be Friday at 6. We'll have to figure this out together. But I do want more interaction from you guys. This is something we have together. I don't see this as my thing. I see this as our thing. I want you sharing your experiences, the way you face your fears, the way you grow and just develop. Because I do this whole thing, facing fears, like putting up challenges and sharing this journey, because I'm determined to grow. I'm determined to like live the kind of life I want to live, but I know that requires a heck of an effort. And why not share that journey? Why not share the learnings and reflections that I have with you? Not only does that help me to take it more seriously, like, okay, I'm going to do this thing this week and I'm accountable, I need to share this. It also makes it more fun to feel that you're part of something bigger. And once in a while, maybe I help you. And a lot of the times you have actually helped me. Armando, Jacquin, Christopher, you give me tips in the comments, you give me feedback, and that means a lot. You have helped me develop a ton, and I'm so thankful for that. And we're almost crossing over to 400 subscribers here. I mean, that's huge. That's huge to me. Even if it's only 10 of you guys still watching me still looking at my videos actively, that means a ton. I got 10 people or 400 people almost that watch just my stuff, and that's just that gets me motivated. So in the essence of that, when we hit 500, I'm gonna make a video out of your requests. Like, you get to put up ideas for like a fear challenge that that I should go out there and do. Usually I pick my challenges very like, this should align with my goals. But when we turn to 500 subscribers, I'm gonna put up like some kind of voting, and you get to decide what kind of fear I should face. That's the idea. That's the idea. So cozy with hot chocolate, a fireplace, bit of darkness. I mean, it's turning really cold in Sweden right now. It's like almost below 0 degrees. Anyways, this stream today, it's gonna be me looking back at the week, the challenge I put up for myself, sharing some learnings and reflections. And then if there are some questions out there, we will address them. Maybe you want to share something, we'll see. However, we can't go on for too long because I do you see, I also study. I don't want to burn my hair. I study part-time, and I have a deadline tonight. I study film theory, and tonight I have to write a little essay on film history, and I just literally received the book from the mail, and I got some work to do. Also, it's freaking Black Friday, and I thought I could buy myself a new computer today and do that in like an hour. That failed. I still only have bought half the parts, so I also need to do that. And I haven't eaten anything yet. And seriously, I don't know where this stream is gonna go, because I got so much shit going on in my head. Like, I'm all over the place because I have so much I need to accomplish before the end of this evening. I actually got up at 2:30 this morning. 2:30. I woke up, had so much things in my head, I couldn't fall asleep again. Now I did get a little short power nap I got an hour's worth of power nap in the later morning, so I did get some more sleep. But I mean, got up at 2:30. But that's actually to some extent part of the challenge. Man, I'm all over the place. Let me get to the week's challenge. This week, I decided to overcompensate for my failed behavior. Last Saturday, it was a great opportunity for me to go out on this amazing party. It was actually at the Red Bull's head office here in Stockholm. It was with my friend. He said, "Come on, join me. and there were probably a ton of cool people there. And I mean, it was at Red Bull's office, but I hesitated. I want to go there. We met up earlier in the day, and he said, "Yeah, come join me." And then I got home. I had some food and like just sat down, and I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I couldn't keep myself awake, and I it's a fear of mine. I really should go to this party, but where will I get the energy? I'm fucking drained here. And I couldn't get myself to go to this thing. But that hurt. That hurt so bad. That was like a knife in my esteem, in my ability to do the right thing, to face fears. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that face fears. That's who I am. If I don't live that kind of life, I am not being true to myself, and that hurts my self-esteem. But I just couldn't get to it. However, I made a deal with myself. If I overcompensate the week that follows, it's all right. It's okay. I can let go of the anxiety if I overcompensate. So in the essence of that, I outlined a week challenge that would make me push myself even further, which would accumulate to being worth more than going to that party. And so I outlined some challenges that for me was really, really tough. For starters, I had to go up between 4 to 4:30 in the morning, spending the first 1 to 2 hours only working on putting up goals, strategizing, planning my life, so I actually can get to where I want to go. Lately, I've realized I'm just talk. I don't progress in an effective manner. So that was part of my goal, going up at around 4 to 4:30. That meant also going to bed super early. Secondly, I was not allowed to eat at home. That's why I'm drinking a little bit of hot chocolate. This is like a sheet since it's almost over, but I have not been allowed to eat at home for the entire week. Now that's because I have a very special relationship to food. Last week I was all over the place. I got home at the evenings and I just ate for 2 to 3 hours. Couldn't get shit done because it just gets to me. I'm addicted to food, and it's a fear of mine to get that in control for sure. The whole food thing, yeah, it's a deep dwell. But the challenge of the week which was scary as heck, to put up that kind of thing. You're not allowed to eat at home. It's like, fuck, man, can I really do that? But I did it. I fucking did it. Sorry for cursing, but that was a big thing for me. That was a big thing for me. But that also meant that's part of the most interesting thing this week, because what I want to generalize here is the essence of the result of this thing, not being allowed to eat. I will get to that. But also, I had to do some kind of fear facing every day, like some really tough shit. That was also part of the week challenge. So as you see here, I wasn't allowed to eat. I needed to log all my food. I was supposed to go up. I was forced to go up between 4 to 4:30 every morning, and I wasn't allowed to eat. Did I say that? At home. And I needed to do some kind of fear-facing challenge every day. You see, so that was the week's challenge, and that required a ton of willpower to like dare to actually put the challenge up there, because that was some crazy shit, but also to pull this one off, to do this thing. It has required a lot from me, but spoiler, this has been one of the best weeks in my life. It has been so great. As a result of me, now I'm not saying like if you do this thing, if you put up the exact same thing, it will revolutionize your world. But the thing is, when you twist your way of living, when you change something that is like so fixed for you, things change, perspective change. For me, not being allowed to eat at home, that meant that I didn't want to be home. Usually introverted Alex, addicted to food, does everything in his power to get home and just being in his comfortable little place and just eating away, because that's where I'm secure and I feel like this is my place, relaxed. Or fakely, like I'm not really relaxed because it's just a very, very comfortable zone, but it's also something I know I shouldn't be doing, so it's also tied to anxiety. But when I wasn't allowed to do this week, that meant I stayed a lot of hours at office. I worked over 55 hours this week, so it was like crazy work week. But I had so much fun. And I took the time at work to sit down with people, to like have lunch for real, because usually I don't do coffee breaks. I do eat my lunch in like 10 minutes because I just want to work. This week I took time to really connect with people, to socialize, to not like rush off home as soon as my hours were done. No, I stayed and I talked to people, I engaged with people, and it just opened up this whole new social world to me. I had so much fun. I grew my connections with people, I expanded my relationships, and I got to experience so many great moments. And I also did most of my fear facing in the context of the work. I had two like very forced, well, it was moments where I pushed myself to interact with the CEO of the company. I was super scared, like, but I was sitting there thinking, he was sitting next to me 2 times, and I really want to get to know this guy. I know he's really a nice one, and I have some things I want to discuss with him, but I get so freaking starstruck when I talk with a VIP person like that. But as a result of my challenge I put up, I went for it, and I did it, and I started to develop this relationship between us. I also had a couple of other fear-facing challenges. I just approached some random people, but mostly it was in the context of work. I had so much kickback out of this challenge I put up this week. Gave me so much in return, and it was worth not going to that party because it has given me a new perspective on life. Like, I don't need to sit home at evenings eat, because I know I can do greater, bigger things if I just dare to stay away from it. So going forward, I'm gonna allow myself to I'm gonna put up like once a week a day like this when I'm not allowed to eat at home. Takeaway for you guys is that it's not about the food for you or whatever, but the takeaway for you is that if you dare to change something that is very, very comfortable for you, perhaps it is not allowing yourself to watch Netflix or movies or using YouTube for a week, I don't know, but just changing something that feels fundamentally very, very comfortable, comforting for you, or just changing the time when you go up, that has also had a tremendous result. Me going up and investing 2 hours in the morning developing myself. You see, that's the time I usually try to have at the evenings when I run to the kitchen and just eat instead. But I changed those hours. Shitty hours where I just ate, I changed to great, very productive, focused mornings where I got shit done. And that was a tremendous result. Armando joins us. Hey Armando, great to have you here. Hope you had a nice week. I just finished telling the story of my week challenges and how it went. And the gist of it was, try to just change comfortable things for you, things that you are used to, and maybe something great will happen. Maybe you will get perspective on things, but it really should push yourself out of your usual thought patterns and habits and routines, because that's when you really get to think about things. Also, I'm gonna enjoy shit out of my food when I, for the first time in 5 days, get to eat at home. It's gonna be amazing. This time of stream is great for me. Great to hear that. I started out this stream telling you, yeah, that I'm gonna try to adapt my streaming time so it actually fits you guys. I know it's much better for me in the mornings, but hey, I want to adapt so that you actually can join me, so we can do this together. I also mentioned that today is going to be a bit short because I have a film history essay I need to turn in a couple of hours, and I just received the book. But the conclusion of the week has been done. It has been a great challenge, and I urge you to do the same. I urge you to daily face fears, push yourself. Also, I just have to mention how the result of me starting to work with these goals in the morning, when I have invested 1 to 2 hours defining goals, it's so hard to put up goals and then to go after them. I mean, it's easy to say you're going to do these things, and I've done that for like 10-15 years, tried to put up goals and tried to go after them. This time I'm trying to really make it, to learn from my mistakes and do it doable. I mean, when we want to develop and we put up goals, it's overwhelming. It's like, okay, I want to develop in all these different areas: career, relationship, health, fitness, wealth, spirituality. It's like I have 7 different areas I want to put up goals and develop in. But how do I make that graspable? How do I work on these things on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? How do I follow up on all these things? How do I make it doable? I mean, I get overwhelmed. I bet you get overwhelmed. It's so freaking hard. But I'm determined, by investing this morning time and making sure I follow up on all these things, I'm determined I'm gonna make this work, and hopefully I can extract the juice of it and share a good method that works, something that finally works for us to put up goals and to track our goals and develop in a good way. Armando says, yeah, this week was awful, very overwhelming. That sucks to hear. I said that I have one of the best weeks ever, even though at the end here it has been overwhelming as shit. And I can also share why that is so. But please share why your week was overwhelming. And while you do that, I have to mention part of the reason for why I'm all over the place today. And it's also something that will make me push myself to do the hard things going forward. This year I've lost around almost maybe $8,000 in stocks. This last week maybe I've lost $3,000 in stocks declination. My investments in stocks has just gone to shit. One of the core investments is in a company called Starbreeze. Now it has turned into a shooting star, and I see the value of it just plummeting more and more, and that hurts like heck. It's like, fuck, how do I handle all these emotions? I've become so much better at this because I've been dealing with stocks for many years now, and I know it's a risk you take when you go into it. The first real loss I did is just, I almost puked when I felt all those money go up in flames. Now I'm much better dealing with those things, but it still hurts. This week, just before the stream, I logged into my account and I saw the decline. This Starbreeze, this shooting star, today they decreased with 20%, and it makes me. Here I'm sitting, chasing Black Friday deals, and at the same time I've lost thousands of dollars over that shit, and that hurts. But I also take that as an opportunity to remind me of what's really important in life. I mean, okay, so the value of that stock was tremendously much more a couple of months ago. But was I really more happy then? No, I'm in a much better place now than I was then. It really just is a number on a bank account. Sure, it gives me opportunities and enables me to do things, but in the end, I got everything I need here. I got my friends, I got you guys, I got my health, and that is what's important. That I use these moments to remind myself of that. But it doesn't take away the fact from that it hurts. It hurts like heck. But I always also make sure to use these opportunities. When something hurts, I use it with my own little method to make something greater come out of it. A little bit like I did with this week's challenge. I failed to do what I wanted to do last Saturday. It was too tough for me to go to that party, so I put up something that was a better outcome than going to that thing. This is what I will do now with my shooting star loss. I will put up like things I will do, fears I will face, and I will put a value to them. Like, this thing is worth $100. This thing is worth $20. Okay, talking to this girl, having a date with Molly perhaps, that could be worth like $50. So I pay back my losses to myself, but I do it in terms of actions. I put value to things I wouldn't else have done, but then put a value to it, write it up, and then I do it, and I start paying off that debt to myself. Now, since it hurts so much, I know I'm going to do it. And I know I'm going to do it because it hurts. It hurts, and I'm going to do it. So in the end, this loss will have been worth it. Thank you for just going down the crappers. Now, Armando, let's see what you've been up to. Stuck in worrying and uncertain about the future. Well, that's super common. Worrying about the future. That's why you need to sit down and actually have that talk with yourself and getting things straight. What the heck do I want? What do I need to prioritize? And start figuring out how to put up goals and a strategy for how to reach that. And that's, as I just said, that's hard as fuck. Armando says, you could have given me those 8,000. Yeah, I would much more rather have given you those money. No shit. It sucks. It sucks. That was actually the gist of what I wanted to say this week. I'm starting to catch a bit of a cold here. As I said, it's almost getting below zero now here in Sweden. Cold as shit. However, tomorrow I'm gonna go on a fun little thing as a reward of this week's challenge. We're gonna go drive rallycross cars, World Rally Championship, you know, that kind of thing. You drive on gravel with cars. Me and like 7 friends are gonna go do that tomorrow morning. Then we're gonna just have a whole day together and just enjoy the company and have fun. It was a long time since I had a whole day together with friends like that, so I for sure look forward to that. That is also something I've started to prioritize more lately. The social investment in friends. Realized how important that is. I've always realized how important it is, but now I'm starting to actually invest time in it. Investing time in things is for me the biggest fear ever. Armando says, last week we talked about uncertainty. You said something like having faith in the journey, the process. Yeah, I still stand by that. And he says, I get this, but I'm having trouble having this faith, this wisdom, and it tips. when I'm in doubt, I know you've said before that you don't go to like motivational videos and things like that to get inspired. For me, that works really well. I have these like virtual mentors, uh, people, specific videos that just say things in the right way, which makes it click for me. They like ingest some motivational adrenaline boost in me, so I get the energy kick to start believing in myself. But to elevate myself to that level, to like when I'm down here, get up so I can actually do something about it. I watch some motivational videos. I have some like good one. Casey Neistat, I think, has a nice life mindset. You need to find people that you can relate to, that has done things that you can look to and you can relate to and you can learn from these persons. That's at least how I do for getting back that little trust in the process, that faith in future, that I trust myself. I trust that I have the capability within me to do what's necessary to take me towards where I want to go. I know I repeat this a lot, and I for sure have doubt in myself at times. Like last week when I spent every day just eating every evening, sitting, coming home, and for the coming 2 to 3 hours, knowing I have things to do, but instead I just run forth and back to the fridge. In those moments, I fucking doubt myself. I know I can't accomplish shit if that's what I do. But I trusted myself to the degree that I actually took action as a result of that week. I looked at what I had done and like, shit, I need to change things. So I put up a week challenge and I started changing things. I have started the process of me changing. And you just have to put in the goddamn effort to change. But there's so many ways to change, and this is what I started talking about. It's hard to do these goal setting practices, to sit down and actually think about how you can do things differently. But that's the only way you're gonna change. You're not gonna do it by thinking I need to change. That will only create the anxiety and the shitty week you just had. You need to actually schedule time. Schedule out 2 hours tomorrow morning, Armando, and sit down and think about what shit you're doing wrong and how you can change it. What's most important to you, and then start doing that, because you will only trust yourself and the process when you actually start to see some result. I mean, if you're always declining in what you're doing, of course you're not going to trust yourself because you're failing yourself. So, it's not going to be easy. It requires effort, and it requires you to proving to yourself. You need to create reference cases. That's why I've been so successful in my ability to face fears, to do things that I think is hard as fuck. I'm quite good at that now because over time I've done it so many times. Small things, bigger things, but I've been consistent. I have all these reference cases that says I know how to deal with fears. I know how to do what's hard. I have it within. Even if I'm not doing it right now, I know I can do it. And I just need to push myself to go back to that and do that again. You need reference cases, but you can build those reference cases by small, tiny actions, building the momentum. And a great way of doing that is through daily fear facing, which I practice. In my journal every day, I write up what kind of fears I have identified, and then I go and I do them. And I do that every day. Oh fuck, my neck hurts. Okay, you have answered. Yeah, I don't like motivational videos because they are like coffee. They're good for the short term, but they don't give truly energy. for me, they give me that short energy boost for me to then act on that momentum, sit down, okay, what do I need to do, promise myself shit, and then go do that thing. But we're all individual on that point. Yeah, I think not disqualifying the bit of progress would be great. I don't understand, but I think I understand. Tiny progresses. Yeah, okay, I'm interpreting this like this. Okay, so you put up a high goal, but you don't see yourself accomplishing that goal. Even though you are doing small things, you're not tapping yourself on the shoulder and praising yourself for doing those small things. But it's the small things that will take you there, and you need to be proud every day for the small efforts you put in. That's how you enjoy the journey. It's not about the goddamn end goal. You need to enjoy the journey. Have fun every day. Every day I have in my notes, that's where I do everything. That's where the magic happens. In my OneNote, here's my OneNote. I track everything. I have like small daily habits. Like I said, when I face my fears, I have a list. Here it is. Thursday, top moments. Here we got failures. So I write things down here. I track everything. And at the end of the day, I write down or I read through the top moments I have written up. The things, the moments, which just they were special. They gave me something. I enjoyed life in those moments. Like yesterday, a friend at work, she came by. I was sitting still working at 8 o'clock, and she came by, and she told me that she had her eyes on me because she's a little bit worried that I'm gonna burn myself out because I'm working too much. She gave me a hug, we talked, and it just was a nice moment. That was one of my top 5 moments throughout that day. That thing made me enjoy the journey towards where I want to go. In the end of the day, I don't look at what I've not accomplished. I don't say, oh, I'm not at my end goal now. What a shitty day. No, I don't do that because that's a long journey. But I look at the great small things that happen, and I tell myself, I remind myself, like, yeah, I had a good day here. This was worth living, and I put in some effort, and I worked towards where I want to go. Good job, Alex. Let's have another great day tomorrow, and maybe you can do a little bit better even tomorrow. So that's just the way I look at it. Make sure, and it's not going to happen by random. You need some kind of structure to make it happen. Writing a journal or tracking it or some kind of tool. At least that's how I've gone about it, and it has worked for me. But doing something that reminds you of the small things. Oh, man. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That tap on my back, feeling like I fulfilled my duties. Yes, that's crucial. Crucial. You need to feel that you have done something right. Need to. Otherwise, you will just lose faith in yourself. You will stop trusting that you will take yourself to the end goal. The end goal that consistently moves forward. Woo! Okay, Armando. I actually think I need to get back to my studies now. I have a deadline coming up in a couple of hours, and I have an essay to finish. Film history. Let's throw myself into this. Okay, last question from Armando before we quit. What do you do when you don't fulfill most of your duties? Well, as I started this stream with, last Saturday I failed to fulfill my duties. I was invited to a great awesome party, but I couldn't bear myself to go there. I was too tired. I've already spoken about this throughout the stream, so I didn't go there. I failed, and I felt bad, but I took that lesson and I changed it to something better. I said, okay, I failed here. Why did I fail? Well, I was tired and all that, but what can I do about it? Well, I can put up these other things, these other challenges that will make up for how I failed. And they will make up, they will kind of reach the same thing. They will make me push myself in the social context, which was what I missed out on. So I used a failed opportunity as something good, and I did something greater. But it's because when you fail something, it's important that you just don't bash down on yourself and like have anxiety and feel like shit about it and then just eat and try to forget it. You need to reconcile, is that the right word? You need to accept that you failed, and then you need to learn, evaluate that experience. Why did I fail? What happened here? Learn from it and make something happen. Make you grow from that failure. I mean, not doing your duties, that is a failure. And failures, it's part of the growth journey. But it's only part of the growth journey if we make sure to learn from them. And that's an active decision. That's not going to happen by random. We need to really do it in an active state. That's my short take on it. I can expand on that, but I really need to get down to my business now. But thank you for joining me. I hope you will have a great weekend, and good luck on facing your fears. Thank you. Have a nice evening or day or whatever time it is over at your place. Cheers, and see you in the next one. Sunday, that is. It'll be a short little video since I've had such a busy week, and tomorrow I'm gonna go hang out with friends. But there will be a video coming out Sunday. Ciao.